Welcome to Vision Plus, a program featuring a positive outlook, dealing with everyday situations of marriage, children, and business. Believing Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Teacher, author, speaker, delighting audiences from New York to Sacramento with a heart and message for the people today. Bonnie would like to remind you of the 800 number on the screen. Please feel free to call at any time throughout the broadcast and share your concerns. Leave your prayer request and someone will pray with you. And now, teacher, author, and speaker, Bonnie.
You're watching Vision Plus. Without a vision, the people perish. And you're going to meet someone now who is the president of the National Speakers Association of Alabama. I told him this morning I was president emeritus. That means a has-been, which is, or an expert that is under pressure in a drip of water. But this lady started out as a singer a long time ago. Of course, she was only 3 years old when she started. So Rita Allen, welcome. There's a lot of Allens in this area, but you live in Birmingham.
I do. I do.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about your life story in the next 20 minutes. No.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Start when you're singing.
Okay. When I was 3, my mother and her sister and brother-in-law had a little trio on stage at church, and they were
in Birmingham area.
No, this was in Gunnersville, Alabama.
Okay, Gunnersville.
And they were going to sing that morning, and so I just got out of my seat with my poofy little dress on, and I walked up on stage, and Mother said, "Rita, you can't sing with us this morning," and I said, "Yes, I can." And she said, "But you don't know the words." I said, "It doesn't matter, I'm going to sing anyway." And I've been on stage ever since.
and you had a really exciting time. Yeah, I believe it was in Orlando. Tell me about.
Yes.
As incoming president of the National Speakers Association of Alabama, but she was also, tell us about that.
I had the honor of being asked to be a part of the opening ceremonies for the National Convention this year in Orlando, Florida. I had Phil Van Hoosier was the president, and his theme was Imagine. Yeah, he's a great man. His theme was Imagine. So what they did is they decided to have 3 categories where they had a novice and then a master. In essence, what they were saying was, imagine where you can go if you work. And I got to be the master in vocal performance. So we had a little 12-year-old girl on stage, and she started singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And then as she finished her song, I faded in, and I finished it with Climb Every Mountain.
Oh, that is just so
And
exciting.
It was fun. It was so much fun. It was great.
Well, tell us between the ages of 3 years old and this event in Orlando this past year, July, I believe, of 2010, in case you're watching this in 2012 or 2040. Because you never know how
Never know.
go on, that's for sure. We had one person I interviewed about death and dying and how to cope with it, and we ran that originally like 20 years ago, but it's still the same.
It's still the same.
Just like your singing is.
Yes.
Now tell us some of the events that happened, where all you've been.
Oh goodness, I have had a music school for about 24 years where I taught private voice.
And on YouTube, you
Yes.
can pick up a lot
I have
of
I have over 400 videos on YouTube, and you can go and watch several of my choirs on there, some solo performances.
What would it be called on YouTube?
It's my channel is Rita Y. Allen on YouTube. So just go to YouTube/Rita Y. Allen, and it will take you to my channel.
Okay.
And then you can, there's a list of the videos on the side so you can pick. But I've had choirs, taught solo music. I've performed for some societies. I was at one time a paid first soprano with an opera organization in Tennessee.
Oh my.
And
where in Tennessee?
well, it was in the Chattanooga area.
Oh, okay.
But raised in country music. My whole family was in country music. I was raised on Southern gospel music. Some of you may know Vestal Goodman. She's my great aunt, the Happy Goodman family. And so music's been my whole life. Everything I have done has been around music. I took several of my choirs to perform at Carnegie Hall in New York. and that was a grand experience. Took one group to London, England. So
didn't you also get to sing too?
Yes,
Yourself?
yes,
What'd you sing?
Well, I didn't sing by myself solo. I sang with the group.
With the group.
Yeah, with the group.
Do you remember some of the songs you sang?
Oh, Sit Down Servant, I Believe I Can Fly, let me see, Porky and Bess. So they went all the way from very classical to spirituals. It was a lot of fun.
In fact, you're still singing in church some too.
Oh yeah, I'll sing just about anywhere as long as it's a good place.
Have you ever had a time when it didn't go as well on stage or something of it as you'd like?
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
Otherwise you'll think she's perfect.
No. Oh no.
She really is.
Oh no. In fact, I'll tell you, one time I was booked. I was one of 7 groups to come and do this big singing that we were having, and they didn't check to see what I was going on in the town that night. So there just so happened to be 2 or 3 different big events going on that night. So Coca-Cola came in, set up the vending, the Coke machines and everything. All the groups got there, warming up. They were ready to go, and 2 people showed up for the event.
Okay.
So what I learned from that is it doesn't matter who's there. You perform your very best for whatever audience that you're given.
Those 2 people could have hired you for something.
Well, and it's true. But what we did, this was the neatest thing. All of the groups came down and we watched each other perform.
Oh, that was good.
And we had a ball. We had the greatest time. So there's always an upside. You just have to look for it sometimes.
You have to, you know, as we go through this economy now, a lot of people are downsized or whatever, and you have kind of reinvented yourself in going into the speaking business. How'd you make that transition into
well, you know,
speaking business?
Because my life has been predominantly music, naturally you do a lot of speaking when you're on stage, even with music, you know, and telling stories and introducing the songs. So I've been doing this for many, many years. But I wanted to move to now more 80% speaking, but including music and drama, because I've taught music and drama at many different schools and organizations as well. And so that transition is helping me to grow myself into a new realm while at the same time still using my talents and gifts and abilities to project that. So I'm pretty excited about the speaking business.
Yes. Well, so what I hear you saying, that if a person has a passion for a certain thing, then they can, even though they might need to reinvent or themselves or to make a transition into another field, they could still incorporate their passion.
You have to. If you do anything, I've done this before. I'm thoroughly convinced if you do anything in this life for no other reason than to make money, that will leave you very empty. Even though you'll have the money, and there's many things that money can buy, and you can be happy flying on that scope for a while, there's going to come a spot where you're going to crash. You're going to fall. If you don't incorporate your passion from the very beginning, there will come a time that the inertia of the money will run out. The new things won't mean as much anymore. The grand explosion will dim in its view. I think we have to have our passion in everything that we do. We have to find a way to. You can still make money and live your passion, but if you just make money and your passion is not there, it's empty. It's very empty.
You know, in the singing industry, until you are a Jeannie C. Riley, I interviewed her many times. Harper Valley PTA.
Oh, and I sing that. I love that song.
Well, she is so precious. And she had gained 100 pounds. Now she's lost 100 pounds.
Oh, my goodness.
We were at Ryman Auditorium recently, and I was happy to hear about that.
Yeah.
But now she got paid very well. And a lot of, the people do, Patrick Green and...
Right.
Anyway. Reba McEntire, some of my favorites. But how did you make it without going totally country and western? How did you make it?
Because it was a time that I was raising a family. In fact, I had the opportunity. There was a speaking coach in Florida that offered me a career in country music if I would make the commitment that nothing would be more important than the career. And I was raised in a home where that nothing was more important than the Lord, and my family was next. So I knew that I couldn't do that, and I had to turn that down. But
did you have a husband and children at the time?
I had one little girl. I have 2 children, and I only had the daughter at that time. But I knew that for me to be gone weeks at a time, I mean, what are we here for if we don't live with our families?
That's
you know,
right.
Our families are who are going to be there when the tough times are there. You know, those audiences are going to be there when the hoopla is going on, but when the tough times come, your family's going to be there.
How did you tell that person?
I told him. I looked at him straight in the eye, and I said, you know,
Instantly?
Yes,
Didn't even
instantly.
wait to discuss
I
it
did.
with your husband or children or
no.
anything?
Oh, my husband was with me.
Oh, okay.
He went with me for the audition. I looked at him and I said, you know, I appreciate it, but the way you positioned this offer, I understand that it would mean a commitment above everything else in my life, and I can't commit to that because to me that would not be a quality of life. That would be a pursuit, even though it was a pursuit of a dream and maybe using my passion.
Or you wouldn't have gone to the audition.
Right, exactly. But when I got there, the price was too high. And see, we have to make those decisions in life. We have to decide if what is offered in front of us, what's offered before us, okay, just like we heard from the speaker today, you have to make those decisions. It's going to give you a quality of life that when the time comes, you can look back and say, I did well.
But you know, how do you recoup if you didn't? I think I made a mistake by working in television. Too many hours. I interviewed over 5,000 people, worked with ABC, and that was my passion and my career, and I forgot my 3 children. I don't mean I forgot them.
I know what
I
you're
had
saying.
babysitters for them.
Sure.
In fact, my grown son said he felt abandoned, and I never knew that till he was grown, that he felt abandoned, even though I'm there at night after I did like 200 fashion shows and all the things, speak 200 times in 18 months, whatever. I don't know how to recoup sometimes, you know, although.
The only thing you can do, and you know, Bonnie, when we move in the only knowledge that we have, we can't ever look back and say, if only I had done differently. What we have to do is look ahead. We have to let the decisions that we've made, we have to let them lay, and then we have to look to the future and make decisions that are going to create the kind of lifestyle that we want for us and our families in the future. Because you know, those thoughts of guilt that play on, and they play on all of our minds.
Yeah.
Those thoughts of guilt that play on our minds are there for only one reason, and that is to steal our energy and to steal today. Because see, we can't change the past.
That's right.
So we have to just live fully for today.
Yeah. And I think that forgiveness, you know, you ask God, and I went to my children and said, I am so sorry I've spent so much time at work and not with you. And that's why I changed from commercial television to independent stations, or in this case a cable station, is because I could control when I went, who I interviewed. I didn't have to interview people I didn't believe in their passion, which was opposite of what I believed. So that took a while. Hello, welcome. One of your people waiting for you for the board meeting, and since you are the president, we are so delighted that you came, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
Just in this last few minutes, tell us what you have plans for the National Speakers Association of Alabama, which we had people from Georgia there today, so you can be from wherever you are and come to our meetings, usually in Birmingham.
Right.
Well, what's your plans for this year?
We are ready to fly. We have a new board. We have a 14-member board. We have some new things in place that are going to put a lot of air under our wings, and we have speakers that are coming that are the best in the industry. And I am very excited about where we're going. The NSA chapter of Alabama has, this past year, as many other chapters have, hit some rough times. But I spent the summer reevaluating everything because I'm the incoming president, deciding what direction that we needed to go, contacting the people that we needed to contact. and it's falling into place, and it's going to be great.
So anyone that's in my ear that can hear us, or even on the internet, there's always you can always contact us, and we can show you the local people that are in the National Speakers Association. But you do not have to be a professional speaker, for that you're making a living at that. Maybe you're just the speaker for your training industry,
exactly,
for your company,
yes,
you can come to the National Speakers Association meetings probably throughout the world and attend the meetings. You just pay the guest fee, which is usually twice as much as the member's fee, but and then you can learn how to become better at your profession.
Yes, absolutely. So, it's for anybody who speaks, no matter what your venue is, no matter if you are, as she said, the professional speaker, or if you are just wanting to teach better Sunday school class. Well, anytime, for anybody who gets up to speak, the NSA organization will give you priceless information about how to be calm and collected, how to organize your speech, how to promote your speech, whatever that speech is in whatever venue it's for you.
Yes, because we have people from attorneys, hospitals, and military.
Yes.
And I'm sorry to see our military guy go to Stuttgart for 4 months, but he'll be back. And,
he will.
Yeah, so we have all kinds of people that come here to just learn what all there is available to learn. And every meeting I've been to since before you were born, 1976 is when I started, and I've learned something at every meeting.
Sure.
Little nugget.
Absolutely.
You probably know the same thing. You go to networking with your group. We have a Christian women's group in Huntsville and different kinds of groups, and you always learn something from that group.
Sure,
a
you
little
do.
nugget. Maybe the whole thing doesn't apply to you, but you can network with the people while you're there.
Right.
Or maybe you're the one to be the encourager in the group. You know, we all need an audience if we're going.
That's
right. You might have had the audience of two, but the other people came down.
That's right.
How's your husband feel about you being so active?
Oh, he loves it.
Does
he loves
really?
it. Yes, he loves it. Because
What's he
I'm
doing
on
in his
stage.
real life?
Philip is a lumberjack. He climbs trees.
Oh, he does really?
He runs a tree business. So.
Well, I was in Hawaii. Well, let's see, this was Philippine Hawaii too. But the Philippines, and I saw those, was visiting professor in a couple of universities. I would see these guys climb these coconut trees. Coconut and what other? Palm. And they would scamper up those trees. It was amazing how fast and how scary that was.
Yeah.
To watch.
Yeah, that's the way a true climber climbs. They are kind of scary.
What about your children? What are they doing now?
My daughter is 35 and she is a pre-K teacher. My son is he's 30 and he is he has a business called Web 2.0 Mechanics, and he does computer repair and programming and also mechanic repair. He loves mechanics. It's one of his passions.
Yes. Well, does he do websites and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know your card must have 20 different LinkedIn.
Now, those are all mine. Those are all mine. I do all that.
You did all that? Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook and...
Just learned it all on my own.
You did?
Yeah.
Learned it on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell my husband that. He'll want me to learn it on my own. But I want to pull in some of those people that teach you these things.
Yeah.
But how'd you learn it on your own? You've got LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook.
I just went to each one. Got a little bit of advice from people and went to each one and just started studying the different links and it pretty much went into it.
Did you? And then blogs and well, now that who are some of the upcoming speakers and programs that we have in the works?
Lois Kramer is coming, which I think is going to be real good for her. She's one of the ones that Laura talked about this morning on her PowerPoint. Rory Vaden, I'll tell you most about Rory Vaden. He is coming next month. He is a doll. He is a young guy, cute as a button, and his byline is "Take the Stairs," and he speaks on why people who are successful are the ones who are willing to go that extra mile and do what other people won't do. Like if there's an escalator and a flight of stairs, most people are going to take the escalator. So his whole premise is that you got to take the stairs. You got to be willing to put forth some effort. You got to be willing to do what other people won't do in order to be successful. And he did a breakout session in Orlando at NSA convention this year, and he's just a dynamic speaker. He's going to be our speaker next month.
So whatever your business is, you can learn to do the hard things.
Yes, absolutely.
Taking the stairs instead of the elevator, elevator or escalator is that's the easy way out, and taking the stairs, and you may skip a few, but knowing he's probably jumping up.
Right.
But even if you I used to walk 26 stairs, up and down 26, but I had knee surgery a couple weeks ago, so I'm now taking more of the escalator.
I see.
Or the stairs a little slowly. But the idea is that do what you need to do at this level, and then continue.
That's right.
Steps up to what
That's
you
right.
accomplish. And I hear them in the other room. I think they're ready for the board meeting. They're looking at you to see what you're doing. So I want to thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much
for letting us interview you.
Oh, what a treat. I appreciate it.
Coming down to do this. And I look forward to the whole year.
Okay.
And, so you have the next 2 programs already lined
I
up.
do. And I have speakers for some of the others, but we don't have dates locked in yet, so I'll share those.
But normally
this weekend.
it is the...
No, it's going to be different this year. We had so many members that wanted some other meeting dates other than Saturday, so we're going to rotate from Saturday to Tuesday lunch and then Thursday dinner. We're going to rotate those through the year, so we're going to have different meeting times through the year.
But how often will it be on Saturday?
About once every. It's going to be on Saturday this coming month in October, and then it won't be on Saturday again, I think, for like 3 months. After that.
So, but you'll be sending out the information.
I will.
Anybody that would like to have the information about that here in the Alabama area, go ahead and give them.
If you'll just email me, Rita at ritaallen.com, and that's RITA at the little @ RITAALLEN.com. If they'll email me, and if they forget the email address, if they can just remember Rita Allen, go to my website and they can email me from there.
Is it RitaAllen.com?
RitaAllen.com.
It'll work. Yeah, and if you can't remember that, try our toll-free number, 877-823-6886. That's 877-823-6886. I'm Bonnie Libhart, along with President Rita Allen and Tony Libhart, and bless your heart for watching. Hey, Dallas, welcome. Dallas is part of the National Speakers Association of Alabama. She's on the board, and they're getting real quickly ready for a meeting, but before she sneaks out of here, I wanted you to meet her. Tell her about the books she's written and the latest one that's coming out. Dallas, just tell us all about you.
Oh gosh, Bonnie, first of all, I just want to thank you for just the amazing inspiration that you've been. You are just an icon, and I'm just so excited to be here with you today.
Another one that's half my age, but you don't tell it.
No. Well, let's see, what do? I am known as America's Business Etiquette Coach. But Bonnie, what I do that's different is I really try to bring the best out of people. I don't say, you're not good enough because you don't have these skills. What I say is, you probably haven't learned these skills, but let me teach them to you so you can be your best self. So it's a very different motivation. Yeah, and not that the other people out there are necessarily doing it different, but I just come with truth and love, and I think that's what we all need in today's world.
Well, tell me about some business etiquette. Give me some companies that you may have worked for and could help, and maybe, I know we have Gladys and some other people that are in business watching, so tell us about some companies you've worked for, some types of companies.
Absolutely. Well, in your area, I've worked with AdTran before. We've done a technology etiquette training because there are so many faux pas with email out now, and all the webinars and things of that nature. People don't realize we've got to learn how to bridge technology and relationships. So oftentimes we try to hide behind that, and so many mistakes are made with technology. Norwegian Cruise Lines is a client of mine. I've also worked in Birmingham with M.J. Harris, Robinson and Morton, of course, Children's Hospital.
Is that a different Harris?
No, they build hospitals. They're developers of hospitals. So really, business etiquette is really something that applies to every single aspect of our life. Even the etiquette principles apply to just building relationships with individuals, even at church or in your community. So these are skills. Once you learn them, gosh, it's invaluable. It's priceless, really.
Well, do you have like an acronym of the skills you're going to teach, or something that helps them to remember it, and what would that be?
Well, this is kind of funny, because if I said to you, I talk about the new KISS method.
Okay, keep it short.
Keep it short, maybe keep it simple,
Sweetheart.
stupid, or something. I call it keep it simply savvy.
Simply savvy.
Simply savvy. And really, it's a tool and a method people can use. So you can say, number one, does my behavior insult, interrupt, ignore, or offend another person?
Insult, ignore,
Interrupt, or offend, another person. The next step is, if I saw someone else doing it, would I think it's tacky or inappropriate? You know, sometimes we see what someone else does, but we don't realize that we're committing the same behavior. And lastly, have I really thought about the implications of my actions? In other words, if I do this, then what's going to happen? How is that going to affect me? Because sometimes we have to put it into our perspective of how that's going to affect us to really realize what we need to do. So if we can ask ourselves those three questions, it will save us 99% of the time for the pain of the wrong mistakes we'll make.
Okay, why don't we go over those three questions again?
Okay, so the first is, does my behavior offend, insult, interrupt, or ignore another person? The next one is, if I saw someone else committing this behavior, would I think it's inappropriate or tacky? And the third is, have I really thought about the implications or the responses or how that will affect me? You know, thought about that behavior and what the result would be.
Have you done any traveling overseas anywhere, Egypt or England or somewhere? Because I was thinking about how different cultures are, and you probably in your business see some of that. But I was thinking about this in Egypt when we were in Cairo. Well, there's no yellow lines or white lines. You just, whoever's the boldest and the gutsiest goes next. And you know, they're riding the bus with their arms hanging on the outside of the bus. But since they don't have that, a friend of ours was driving over here, and he's not used to lines or what they meant, or yield signs or stop signs. So it was just driving like they do in Egypt. He said, we said, well, how do you like it over here? He said, they're so friendly. Everybody waves at me with one finger.
Oh, wow, wow.
So, you know, so if we're committing some how do you say that?
Faux pas. Exactly.
Accentuated syllable. But anyway, we have to learn what kind is that culture, what might be, is that true? That sometimes, Dallas, what might be a good culture in manufacturing might not be in banking. You had to adjust it to different categories.
Well, you know, I think every business you have to go in it and you have to know that culture, like you said. For example, in banking, if you're calling on a banking client, it's most appropriate that you dress how those customers would dress. For example, it's a little more formal, it's more corporate. In fact, there's a lady that that I know that lost a very big account because she was going and calling on a bank, and this was for a year's worth of training, and she went in a very nice suit. But the challenge was, when she was sitting across the table from these folks, they didn't think she understood their business because she was dressed in a dress, not in a business suit. See, we don't think about those little cues. We don't think about trying to mirror our clients. Now, if I was calling on someone that had let's say they worked in agriculture, I may not go there dressed in a very formal black business suit. I may go there more business casual because I want to relate to my client. So it's really important because people need to know that you understand their business. They need to find trust and commonality with you. And so you asked about overseas. I have a cute story where when I was in Czechoslovakia right after the fall of the wall, and I remember it was called Education for Democracy, and we were dropped off in the country, and then after we had flown for 2 days, they were taking us all around the country for 4 months. And in the process, I did not have a chance to go to the ladies' room at the airport. And so I thought, well, surely we'll get in the car and I'll be able to, you know, take care of that when we get to our destination. I did not want to be rude to our host. You know, they were ready to leave. Well, unbeknownst to me, it was a 2-hour drive.